Dead End Hip Hop album review, Big Sean, Dark Sky Paradise. Before we get into the review, make sure you go download Dead End Hip Hop, the joint. It is everywhere now. Audio Mac, SoundCloud, Bandcamp. Search for it on the internet. Go to deadendhiphop.com. Go listen to the joint. We put it together. That shit's dope. Shout out to Salem Songs. They did all the recording and mixing. Dope ass project. Cause your boy FIFO said so, and that shit bumping the whip. So go download it. Obviously, this is not the first time we've tackled a Big Sean project. And I have to say, before I get into the album, I am not the biggest Big Sean fan. But I do recognize he has some talent. It's just a lot of times for me, it gets overshadowed by the corniness. Pretty much every project, minus Detroit, because I still praise Detroit, I didn't really like. The first one, he had some joints on there that made the radio. That was cool. He had some lines. I know we went in hard on that one. The next one, we was a little easier on it, but he was still extremely corny. And I remember in that review, I said, for me, I need an artist to be personable. I need to know what makes you tick, what motivates you, what was your life like in Detroit, like all of these little things. It doesn't have to be the whole album, but guess what, man? He finally fucking did it. He did it on this project for me, man. The intro, Dark Sky, right? Like skyscrapers. That one right there, I was like, all right, cool. I'm getting a little bit more about Big Sean. All Your Fault. I really like that one with Kanye, another one of my favorites. Blessings with Drake, I like that one. But I think the one that he really tackled those issues that I was talking about was Win Some, Lose Some. And because he was really going into how it looks like my life is perfect, but regardless of whatever you see, I'm still human. I still have dudes that I mess with back, you know, in Detroit that's saying, yo, what's good with you, man? Like, why ain't you hollering at me? Like, you know, and different things that he could have did different ways, and just, he sounded like a person and not just this object that I have all of this shit and fuck you and I got bitches, I got this, and just like, bro, like, who the fuck are you? So I finally got a better glimpse of Big Sean on this project, and I appreciate that. Now, that flow he uses, I'm not the biggest fan of that shit. Like, it's kind of annoying.
Which one? It's just a couple
it's the main one that he's using, where it's kind of like when you hear a rapper, like they'll say something and then they'll have like a pause, then go to the next one. Like, it's like one continuous run-on sentence with him, the way he likes to flow.
And it falls off the beat, son.
Yeah, he falls off, then he catches it, and that's cool. I don't particularly like that. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but on this project, he utilized it the best. And I can't remember, what was the track that Mike Will did the beat on?
Paradise.
Paradise. That, okay, so that beat, Paradise, and that flow Big Sean used, perfect. I felt like, again, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but that's what he does, and that beat sounded extremely well. But again, I'm not a fan, so I don't necessarily love this, but I do acknowledge it as Big Sean's best work. Some of the songs are in rotation, but I can't put the whole thing as a rotation for me. But overall, man, I thought it was Big Sean's best project.
I don't even know why we was gonna review this at first, because I thought the consensus was that we wasn't really.
We did say that.
We did?
Yeah, we did say that.
We kind of
said
said
that. But I think that was mostly my fault, B, because I was being an asshole last time.
And I was with you. So, and I wasn't drunk, but I was with you. I was like,
with that said.
Yeah, with that said, I was like, oh man, like, I'm not a fan of I'm just not a fan of Big Sean. I'm not a fan, like you said, his flow. But I do agree with you though. Paradise, that beat and his flow, that it fit perfect. That was like perfect. I was just like, oh, okay. One thing I can say is that out of what I think the last album, I didn't like nothing on it. What was that?
Damn.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
I didn't like no. Hold on, wait. I didn't like nothing on that album. I think the first album, Finally Famous, I only liked it one track. At least this album, I got 3 tracks out. At least I got 3. Yeah, I got. Yeah, that's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
But like for the words of my man Mike, you know, okay, woo, Big Sean went from what he said about Rick Ross, from shit to a booger. So if y'all like booger music, you know, more power to you. But, you know, I like.
What was the 3? What was? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you, I like the first track, Dark Paradise, Dark Sky, whatever, Dark Paradise, Dark Sky. I like the first track. I like Paradise, the one I was just talking about, and I like the final one with him and John Legend and Kanye West. I like those tracks. Those are the only tracks that I got out of this whole album, pretty much. And then really, I thought the first half was a little bit more energetic than the second half. The second half was just kind of like what the heck?
You didn't
Stay Down, he sounded just like Drake. He flowed just like Drake on Stay Down.
You didn't like how him and Kanye was going back and forth on that third verse, all your fault,
All your fault.
all my fault, something like that.
Yeah, all your fault.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't nothing. I wouldn't mark that as okay. Let me play it again. At least those 3 tracks I named you, I wouldn't. I actually don't mind going back listening to those 3 tracks. I'm like, okay, I can tolerate this, but the album as a whole, I can't tolerate this. I'm just not a fan of Big Sean. I mean, I'm just not. It's just like with the Currency. I'm sorry, Jet Life people, but yeah, it's just like I'm not a fan of it. And I thought after we did the last one, I was like, okay, this is it. We're done. People should know that we're not fans of Big Sean. So it's like pointless for me to sit through a whole album. Time I'm not gonna get back, except for those 3 tracks or whatever. But you know, like I said, he went from shit to a booger, so he's progressed. He's progressed from Finally Famous to now. He's gotten a little better. I can tolerate 3 tracks off of a whole album of Big Sean. I'm just not a fan of Big Sean. I'm just not a fan of his music.
I think this is the album that he finally was able to put out the music or create the music that he wanted to create.
I know.
That was
No, I really.
Hall of Fame.
No, that's what he was saying. I think now, I don't think he's saying that this time, and I think he did.
Yes,
No,
before he
look,
came out.
I know he was saying that. I didn't believe him. I didn't believe him with Finally Famous. Remember, Finally Famous was the worst album of the year. I said that in June or July whenever we reviewed it. So, and it was like you said, it was Big Sean being, you know, corny and trying to be funny and all light. This is, you know, he's taking a dark approach. Just like FIFO saying, he wants to tell his story a little bit more of who he is and put that out there. And I think that's why the response to this has been a little bit different, because Hall of Fame for him was underwhelming, you know, and that kind of messed with him because it didn't do the things that he thought it would do. But that's probably because he kept, but you listening to other people that's influencing you. Now he's, from what I believe, created the music that he wanted to create, and the response has been overly positive. You know,
so what was he doing before? He was creating music that other people wanted him to make?
Yeah.
Who wanted to make the other shit?
He said that he's listened to other people when it comes to writing songs and doing certain songs. He said publicly that he has been influenced by other people telling him to do things a certain way. And he said, you know, with this one, he had a different approach. He recorded most of it in the studio, you know, at home, and he got the producers that he's signing, and this is what we got. This is what he said.
But you believe it.
Okay, what'd you think of that? Do you like it?
Big Sean fooled me for a while. You know, for like the first half. You know, I was like, okay, bless is cool. Ain't Your Fault. I was like, all right. Then we went to I Don't Fuck With You was the next. I was like, okay, yeah, that one banged. That one kind of popped off for him.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry.
Yeah, what's that?
That one kind of blew me a little bit.
Yeah.
I Don't Fuck With You. That one kind of blew me. And I guess listen to it in the album context, I was like, you know what? This song ain't that bad. So I remember when it first came out, I didn't care for it, but I'm sorry.
And when I got to Paradise, I was like, oh shit, man, I might actually like Big Sean. Oh snap! Then after that, it shit just jumped off a cliff.
You're about halfway through at that point, though.
And that's
what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's like 5 to 6 songs. That's what I'm saying. Like I was like, oh, this damn Big Sean. All right. But that second half,
it was a struggle.
That man, win some, lose some, stay down, deep. I didn't like the John Legend song. I didn't care for the outro. Like it fell off completely. The energy disappeared, and I get that he was writing songs, he was being introspective and telling people about his life, but overall I just didn't like the songs of the second half.
So you didn't like Win Some Lose Some? Why didn't you like that one?
No.
That was FIFO's song, boy.
You said, why didn't you like that?
Yeah, why didn't you?
I didn't like the hook. I didn't like the structure of the song. I didn't like the beat.
Damn, okay. Okay.
No, yeah. I
went hard and recycled.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, I ain't gonna.
What was that?
You don't know. You don't like the font. You don't like the beat. You don't like nothing. That's
it dropped off considerably after Paradise because Paradise had so much energy. That Mike Will beat was crazy, and it really drove that song. And I'm glad Big Sean came in and recorded like the extra verse towards the end when he was, you know, rapping all fast and shit. Because I think without that, probably wouldn't have been as good. I think that kind of salvaged it. But I'm glad we did it though. I'm glad, you know, because look, I think like you said, he's shown some improvement. You know, you like 3?
I liked it 3.
5?
Really,
It
Mike?
bumps in the wheel. You know, I just and for me not to be a Big Sean fan, you know,
Like half of it.
yeah, that's cool.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
There are rappers out there where you just do not like their voice. And because you don't like their voice, no matter how good they are, you just not gonna fuck with them as a rapper. Now that is part of the issue with Big Sean. And it's a big part because his voice for me is really, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but his voice is just really annoying. The other part of it is I just cannot get behind him as a rapper. His verses, his flows, none of that. I cannot get behind him as a rapper. I'll say I liked a couple of the songs. When it first started, I thought Dark Sky was okay. I did not like Blessings, and no, it had nothing to do with Drake, because Drake actually didn't bother me on that track at all. I really liked All Your Fault. I thought that track was good. I fucking love I Don't Fuck With You.
Yeah, you was talking about that before the album dropped.
Yeah,
like,
I've been, the second I heard that song,
I didn't even know what you were
okay.
talking about. I'm like, what
Yeah,
song
you
are you talking about?
Mike love that song.
Fuck with you. Give a
Yeah.
fuck about you or anything that you do, B. You know what I'm saying? And surprisingly, the other song that I really enjoyed was Deep, which was later on the album with Lil Wayne. And the reason I liked that song was Lil Wayne's verse. Lil Wayne was actually good. And I was listening to that and I was like, wow, Lil Wayne kind of rapped on this shit. And I was like, if Carter 5, 6, 7, where the fuck we're on, sounds like this Lil Wayne, I actually might enjoy the project. The rest of this shit, no. And you know what it is? Like, okay, so there's a couple things. The main thing that makes me not like a Big Sean project is the overabundance of whack-ass lines. And I don't understand why he has so many. Broke on broke. Breath on breath on breath. Stories on stories on stories. Whack on whack on whack on whack.
I haven't been touched on these easy.
What about Plan It Out?
Oh, that was one of the worst ones. Do like the soul system and plan it out. Bruh, the worst part of talking about how my back is it gets back to me. Bruh, I give him the peace sign without the middle finger. What the fuck does that even mean? What does this mean? Did someone okay, no one in your camp told you that you got the index mixed up with the fucking middle finger?
Mike, I think you said it wrong. I think he said you can't give the peace sign without the middle finger.
That's not what it sounded like to me. It sounded like it said,
I think that's what it said.
we're gonna go back and check.
Okay, that's cool. You know, I don't.
That's what it sounded like. It sounded like he said, fuck you, nice to meet you. I give you the peace sign without the middle finger. And if that's what he said, that makes no fucking sense. Because that means, hey, what does that mean?
He number one.
And bruh, the one, I give you the one, the worst line where I literally, I looked at my stereo and was like, for fucking real? When he said, when I'm gone, know I'm there for you. I'm all ears. In other words, I'm here for you.
Yeah, look at the camera. You gotta look at the camera at that, dude. You see what I'm talking about? You see?
You feel me? Are you fucking serious? You said that? I was like, oh my God.
He doesn't write his rhymes.
He doesn't write his rhymes.
That's what
does.
he said.
I didn't say that.
He did say that. He said he doesn't write. He said Kanye told him.
Oh, I thought you were implying that somebody else wrote his rhymes.
Oh, yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, he did. Nah. He said Kanye told him to just do
Kanye
references.
told him to do that.
Well, stop listening to Kanye, please.
Because he's not Kanye.
You don't like
Because you're not Kanye.
Kanye
Kanye
can
might be
do
able to
that.
do that because
Yeah.
Kanye has that in his head.
You don't like
Sean?
the pussy line about killing it 9 times? Remember that one?
Oh, I just now got it when you said pussy. He said it's 9-9 and I killed a pussy. It's so good, kill it 9 times. I didn't even relate cat to. Thank you. You being the cat lover, I thought you would have caught that. Like, no, that's when I was like, this needs to be over. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about this, man. The thing about this project is I appreciate that he's trying something different. that instead of okay, here's the thing. I think that for the longest time, I think that Big Sean was looked at as like the class clown of the crew, right? Like when you look at good music, even though 2 Chainz is kind of like that, but for some reason he kind of.
Well, he's not on good music though, right?
Nah.
Yeah.
2 Chainz is
affiliated.
Oh, I thought he was on good music.
Nah,
okay, well, then
nah,
my statement stands true then. Okay, so taking 2 Chainz out of the equation then. When you look at the good music roster, you got Kanye, you got Pusha, you got Common, who else? Sci-Hi, and then you got Big Sean. So Big Sean was always the jokey kind of ha ha ha, I'm gonna throw these silly jokes. He had to find a place, right? I think he got tired of that. So he wanted to do something more serious. The problem is someone needs to teach Big Sean the art of transition. You can't just go from being the jokey joke guy to all of a sudden you have a whole album almost of nothing but you being serious. Because I can take introspective Big Sean for maybe a couple songs. I cannot take trying to be deep Big Sean for fucking 12 tracks.
You know, I'm gonna be honest to you, bro. I'm not your biggest fan, but I thought that this was definitely your best project. So I don't know what it is to, you know, for you to continue on this progress of you know, becoming better and better. I think part of that, at least for me, was being more personable on the album, and I definitely give you mad props for that. I think I know who Big Sean is a little bit more, and I fuck with that. I don't overall fuck with your music, but whatever is good that I think is good, I'll let you know that is good if we review it again. So, and just keep doing you, bro. Like, fuck what everybody say, man. If you like it, that's all that matters.
I got 3 songs this time, so thank you for giving me 3 songs that I enjoy. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm just gonna say that. It's just not my cup of tea. Can I say that? Is that nice enough?
What's cup?
What's cup? Yeah, it's not my cup of tea. I'm just not a Big Sean doesn't do it for me as a MC. Not at all. I don't plan on listening to this project or anything else. Please. I just don't want to listen to this no more. Yeah, I just
God.
I mean, I seriously don't really have nothing else to say. I mean, 3 songs out of this. I told y'all what 3 I like. At least I got something out of from this album.
I got 6, 5, 6. Yeah, I think that's good. I haven't liked any of your projects up till now.
You didn't like Detroit? Did you listen?
No, I don't like Detroit.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I wasn't. I didn't hear what everybody else is hearing on Detroit. But I like the approach. I like that you're not staying in that lane and showing that you can do more than just make funny, corny little songs or whatever you want to call it. And you know, I think you should just continue to work on that and try to build some diversity. And it seems like it's working for you. People seem to like it.
Big Sean does not have any reason whatsoever to listen to me because I don't like his voice and I don't like his flow, and therefore I don't like the majority of his songs. I feel the same way about this project that I felt about the last one, which is if you took all of the dope lines, I think FIFO said this, if you took all of the dope lines on the project, it would be a great EP. And I definitely feel even more that way about this project because there were actually songs like All Your Fault. I wish you would rap like that all the time. And there was a couple other songs, I can't remember now. And Deep. Like if you rhymed like that more often.
Say like that for Lil Wayne.
I did, but I'm saying Big Sean wasn't bad on that track. I just liked the track more for Lil Wayne because I thought Lil Wayne did his thing. Man, fuck me up, B.
You had your turn, B.
I know. Yeah, you said you don't want to talk about it no more.
Talk about Lil Wayne's feature.
But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say, really, man. I don't think Big Sean has any reason to listen to me. I'm not his core audience. I'm not his target audience. So keep doing what you're doing, man. I think if he continues on this path, eventually maybe he might make an album that I might like. I do not get passion or charisma from the majority of Big Sean's music. Those other songs that you're talking about that y'all liked, I don't think that those gave me a feeling of passion and introspection. It gave me a feeling of I'm tired of doing this and I want to do something different. It didn't really come off as, except the song by his grandma. That song came off very heartfelt. The rest of this stuff, it just sounded like mechanical. But I don't fuck with you sounding sounded like he was pissed off and he really wanted to talk about it. And that's the Big Sean that I would want to hear more. Is that Big Sean that's mad and wants to really get his feelings out on a track. The rest of the stuff, it just sounds really dry. But I'm glad he's not as corny as he used to be. But yeah, keep doing your thing, Big Sean. Don't listen to me. I ain't no fucking body. I give a fuck about you or anything that you do.